Hey everybody, welcome back to Rote Reactions and happy Pride because we're recording this
Yes.
during the month of Pride in
Woo.
2024. And we are back in the wonderful, wonderful world of Anne Rice and Interview with the Vampire, Season 2, Episode 3, No Pain. We all know not to believe
No.
those.
No. Oh, this is gonna be hard. Oh my God. This show is so stressful. I love it, but I'm always on the edge of my seat, like, oh, something horrible is gonna happen. Something
Yeah,
horrible is gonna happen.
yeah,
It's worse because I know the stuff, but I don't know what they changed. So I'm like, oh my God. Okay.
yeah,
This will be fun.
exactly. All right, well, you ready to get into it?
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay. There we
For
go.
an exclusive look inside the episode.
Something I've loved in these 3 episodes so far is that Lestat isn't there, but he's always there.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, and yeah, just Louis' perspective and angst and things. I think I've said it before, but they're exhausting. It's really awful. Like, he's tortured all the time.
What about the others?
Suffering all the time.
The great conversion.
What you're about to see is for you an outrage.
You were amazing.
Who's your maker?
His name was Bruce. We don't talk about him much. Who's that?
What I didn't quite understand is like when Molloy and Armand are having that little tete-a-tete, like Armand is simultaneously torturing Molloy, but also kind of like being like, oh no, like here. Like, I don't know if he's like doing that so Louis doesn't know because, like you said, like an ulterior motive.
There are many things in play here, and you're just trying to juggle them and keep your eye on everything. But you know there's a part you're missing. You know, that's what they're really good at.
Yeah.
I wonder when they get to the 70s if we're going to see like a rocket ship from NASA going up in that sequence.
Ooh, for the fangs, that would be cool. Huh.
Southpaw.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Ew, Jesus, why? Why is it still alive?
Whack.
The perils of omakase.
Yeah.
Power to the chef. Submit to his whims, to his eye at the fish markets. A series of risks.
Right.
That is needlessly cruel. The thing is still gasping for water.
Daniel Molloy, I've read your books.
A reader. Well, prepare yourself for disappointment.
I see they've separated you from your laptop.
They?
Off your game a touch yesterday. Perhaps they believe you've been humbled. Clever on their own. Now there's 2 of them. Of course, there was always 2 of them. You just came to that.
Sure. Who is this person?
Looking at you now.
A little pale for Mossad. Although that could be very Mossad.
I wish I'd be better funded. No. I work for another watchful shop, the name of which has not come up in your conversations with them.
A stake in the story I'm writing. You have me bugged, or you want me to think you do?
We were tracking 900 of them a month ago. We're tracking 1,600 now. The great conversion. It's real.
What?
Well, then you have a more immediate problem than a book being researched. Got a name?
You're not the first to attempt this, Mr. Molloy. I could give you the names of 4 others you have, and they're all dead. Or undead. The name's Raglan James.
Got a real name?
Files have been placed with proper encryption on your comically vulnerable laptop. Most are primary sources that your infamous friends in the
here, a
penthouse
fan of
wouldn't dream
intelligence
providing.
officers. We got a live one.
Dochi-sama, Teisho-san.
politics.
Mhm. Interesting. I mean, yeah, if the governments of the world knew about it, like they would want to eliminate the vampires, of course. But
How was your walkabout, Mr. Molloy?
Michelin fish in the desert. I burned my entire per diem. People in the world know what you know, Rashid. How many Rashids, Rashid?
I suspect just enough to help them stay hidden.
No, that's how billionaire vampires do it. How does your average Joe Mo vampire keep people like you in line? Unspoken threats?
I mean, the threat is always there. He could kill us both now, but he doesn't. They are peaceful beings.
They drain.
peaceful?
They have a biological imperative that is in conflict with human morality. But what is that morality other than rules agreed upon?
Thank you, Rashid. It was 1556 when the Roman Coven sent me to lead the shambolic Paris Coven. A face from the subcontinent, French my fourth and poorest language. I had never led anything in my life. We called ourselves the Children of Darkness. We lived in squalor, hunted in shame, all in strict obedience to medieval laws put in place to protect us from humanity. And though I managed to maintain a discipline and humility for 239 years as Satan's fool, by the time Robespierre was beheaded, I was, by any measure, failing.
La mort punira toute infraction de la première et la cinquième de grande loi.
Our ways were finished. We were embers on a waning pyre. The start was the wind to scatter.
I really gotta meet this guy.
I felt his presence before I saw him. Sired by one of my deserters, Magnus, this was something new. Something I hadn't felt before. The fourth of our great laws was writ, no vampire shall ever reveal his true nature to a mortal and let that mortal live. And here he was, prancing and preening in front of 500 mortals a night, like some patronized, tarted-up dervish.
Vous êtes donc dauphin?
To hear Louis tell it, Lestat becoming a vampire was a horror show.
That may be, but he made a remarkable recovery shortly thereafter. How else could you
That's true.
explain his hand feeding the audience? Our words came out like canaries, summer fruit in the dead of winter. They were all in love with him. He had that effect on everyone.
On everyone.
Natural.
Entirely unnatural. Using the dark gift for what? His vanity was heresy. I had to bring him under my control by any means. Tu es le bâtard de Magnus. Je sais que tu peux m'entendre, mon enfant.
Ooh.
Qui m'appelle enfant?
Il est mort, n'est-ce pas? Je peux prendre soin de toi. Je peux t'apprendre ce qu'il ne t'a pas appris. Viens à moi.
Oh, wow. This is so cool. Oh yeah, and he sees it.
Viens à moi.
Encore plus en mer.
This is incredible. This is exactly who Lestat is. He loves showing off.
For weeks.
Loves being the
His
center of
rejections
attention.
only inflamed me. And the longer I allowed him to exist outside the coven, the more unsettled my children became. They watched in secret, fascinated by his disregard for the laws I told them could never be broken. He took a mortal lover, more heresy. À la maison.
Oui, maître.
Désolé, maître.
Tu essaies de se revoir la pause. Que je me rappelle le texte.
Je ne peux pas lire mes notes quand j'entends tes pieds sur le plancher.
Nous allons nous faire rattraper.
Je l'espère. Entends-tu cela?
Par-dessus tes incessantes divagations. Comment pourrais-je entendre quoi que ce soit? Qu'est-ce?
Là, quelqu'un me regarde.
Tu es toujours au centre de l'attention.
Je pense que je ne sais pas qui.
C'est encore de la poésie? Et un peu près de mon oreille. Je peux seulement comprendre quand tu t'approches.
Et par-dessus.
Gardes-tu ce garçon comme aide-mémoire?
Lestat, connais-tu ce giton?
La solitude que tu ressens, il ne l'atteindra jamais. Sois avec les tiens.
Et abandonner mon gilet à carreaux, mon col jabot, vivre comme un larve.
Le stock.
Ooh, ouch.
Rien. Il n'y a rien.
Wow. You don't want to do that.
I tolerated his presence too long already. I had to act, or he'd destroy what little I had left.
Lestat!
Là!
Oh!
Tu ne lui as pas révélé ta vraie nature, n'est-ce pas?
Oh, really?
Je n'ai pas ce pouvoir.
Mais tu l'auras. Tu as le sang de Magnus. Tu gâches ton potentiel en menant cette vie-là.
Relâche-le! Relâche-le!
Et voici un buveur de sang.
Whoa, cool.
Ramène ton gilet chez les larves, veux-tu?
Oh my god. He always finds something.
Je suis heureux que tu sois venu. Il est sain et sauf.
Il a saigné. Il ne se réveille pas.
Wow, they were scared. Oh my god, so they had come to believe everything.
Dieu, au travers de Satan et au travers de...
Oh no.
Une trinité crottée.
Tu vas attirer la colère de Dieu sur nous avec tes péchés.
He's the one holding the crucifix. I don't think what you think is going to happen is going to happen.
Right.
Il parle de l'homme triste et vêtement cloué. C'est un arbre tombé. Rabotez simplement autour le sample d'esprit de même arbre. On fit le pied d'une table. Et là, une flûte. Rompez de cette prison qu'il bâtit pour vous.
You let it happen.
Wow.
Yes.
You let
Maybe he needed it.
destroy it.
His words had been my thoughts for half a century. If it had come from me, they wouldn't have believed it.
Nous sommes les dieux. Vous êtes les dieux.
My children left. They roamed the streets of Paris, wreaking havoc with mortals. Some could not reconcile the life I had made for them with the life Lestat had told them was possible.
Right.
They went mad. Ended themselves.
Comment transformes-tu l'air en feu? Comment bûches-tu des objets par la simple force de ton esprit?
He's always looking for that. Always wanting to know about power.
Dans les cendres.
J'ai une idée. Oh, mais mignon. Avant que nous faisons nos laits, faudra bien, s'il vous plaît, qu'une...
Il vient accompagner, séduit dans un élan collectif. Ils rient ensemble, pleurent ensemble.
Qu'est-ce pour un vampire?
Une opportunité. Hamlet est mort sur le cul d'une lame empoisonnée. Mais l'acteur qui j'y suis jus respire encore.
Dans ce temple, croire protège. Annonce que tu es un vampire. Bois le sang à la vue de tous.
Mais en scène les rituels de ton clan. Pas depuis les égouts, mais depuis les premiers balcons.
Je n'ai pas de clan. Tu m'en as privé.
Au contraire, maître.
Oh, so some did survive. This is interesting, because when vampires are so old, it's only the new ones that have the original ideas.
J'ai tant d'années
des années. La mort ne respecte pas l'âge.
Regardez comme ils sont immobiles. Ils croient vraiment que c'est une pièce de théâtre, des clous sur une...
Right, yes.
Tu as mené une réforme, n'est-ce pas?
Nous l'avons fait ensemble.
Tu fais un meilleur moi.
Seulement avec le jeu d'acteur. Allons-y.
Ici, maintenant.
C'est une loge spéciale.
I wonder how the vampires are going to react to that.
Je t'aime.
Wow, really?
Je t'aime aussi.
That was intense.
That's it? You're just gonna end it there?
They went at it on the floor. Armand taught us. And a week later, Lestat was gone.
The question was, how do vampires hide from Google? Not, how did Lestat break his heart?
But because you were a good listener, you got answers to both.
When he went to open the theater the next night, he was met by the lawyer, Pierre Roger I.
Waiting for me with a trunk full of cash and instructions to cover the theater's cost in perpetuity.
He abandoned Nikki. He abandoned Armand. He abandoned the coven. Lestat is, was, and will always be for Lestat.
Never
But maybe there's something
And
they're not selling us.
Another 150 years.
Hmm.
And then he arrived and shattered that lock. This is what frightened me most about you.
He's in Copenhagen, working in a car factory. He hates his maker, takes the boat back to America. He gets me on an L train in Chicago.
I said just outside Chicago. He said he didn't like big cities.
He gets me outside Chicago, a diner on the way to Gary.
You find me in
Selling chestnuts outside the train station.
by the train station. He kills himself in Cincinnati.
What the hell we know about Cincinnati?
What do they know about Cincinnati?
Good point. Good point.
No Google.
They will.
It's been weeks. It's enough. I'm finally working backstage tonight. I won't be late.
You're the one.
Wow, really?
I need this coal for myself.
Black wavy hair. Smile crooks up to the left. Bunch of moles on his crotch and thighs.
I don't need that.
Well, he didn't.
Well, now you do.
I don't know what it is that you need. I remember what I remember.
Oh, Claudia.
I try to keep us safe. You might be having a good time now, but there's danger if they find out we lied.
Maybe not Cincinnati. How about Shreveport?
Caddo Lake. My daddy took me and Paul there to fish. There's a drawbridge there. He burned on the bridge.
Shreveport, Caddo Lake, burned himself on the bridge.
The door was ajar.
If you open up the windows and the doors, you get a little breeze.
Maitre, welcome to our lair.
Shouldn't you be in the lobby?
I got 3 minutes.
Did I give you consent to look me in the eye, Puce?
No, Maitre.
My fault. I was keeping her.
Have I been late once, Maitre?
Have you been early once is the question I'd be asking myself.
Ooh.
How's she doing?
She's taking the abuse in stride.
I've never seen her happier.
The Coven has grand designs for her.
Do you know what it means to be loved by death? No pain.
This is my favorite part.
Yep.
No pain.
How does he get him to beg for it?
Eyes down, Putz. Eyes down.
No pain. No pain.
Really?
Fucking sneeze at the end.
Oh my God.
Fucking moment of quiet.
Oh no.
It's not a farm, Estelle.
It still sounded terrifying, Mr. Santiago. I got chills.
Of course you did. Because I'm a fucking professional.
Keep the sacrifice in there till 10 minutes to the stage. This is the bunny box. And this is the rat box. You put your freshie In the body box, you close
And then you open the rat
the
box.
safety off the funnel.
Or the rats do. Oh.
The rats do the dirty for you. Now, on a Tuesday, this is the buddy box, and that's the rat box. On Wednesdays, that's the buddy box. This is the rat box. Back and forth, back and forth. Keep track. These rats are smart. They can go quiet. You open up the wrong box, they go running up the stairs, into the green room, into the theater, and Mitra punishes the entire coven, which does not win your friends in Ferrin.
We had an incinerator at home.
How'd that work?
Throw him in, watch him burn.
Feels a bit German. You can piddle a weed.
Oh, no,
This door
no.
leads to the sewers, catacombs, and various osteries we've got hidden around the underground.
What are these?
Burial vaults. Coven members past, mostly heretics and lawbreakers.
What laws?
Not till the ceremony, please. They found the heart. Rats love hearts.
Ew.
There's much talk of your camera in the coven.
Yeah, right.
They say you're mad in love with humanity, thieving their private moments with light and shadow. They pester Claudia about it.
They should ask me if they're curious.
How could they
Exactly.
when you're so rarely present?
I saw enough theater back home for several lifetimes. No offense.
None taken. You should talk with Tuan Pham about cameras. He's very learned. Perhaps the two of you...
I'm not joining the coven. Trying to save you a sales pitch. You got Claudia, she's happy, I'm happy. For me, not much of a joiner.
Yes,
Yeah.
you have made that clear enough.
So if that's why you're here...
It is not the whole
That's not
reason
the.
we're here.
Exactly. That's not the only thing.
It's definitely not the whole reason he's here.
This is so creepy. That is so creepy how he just sneaks up on them.
We really must work on blocking your thoughts.
Excuse me?
Bruce, I sense him now in your mind.
Maybe I'm guarding my thoughts just fine. Maybe I
No.
put you into my head on purpose.
No.
That's nice, mon cher. Lovely.
I really do like the actor who plays Armand.
Hmm.
He's a lovely
If we
intensity.
were the only vampires in Paris.
Yeah. Yeah.
For a second, I felt like we were.
The coven is envious of your independence.
Yeah, I could see that.
You outside looking in.
Your problem, not mine.
I'm not so sure.
Yeah, right.
But I'm here, in the streets, cafes, the salons, the bars ripping hot jazz. Whole place feels like it's born again. Everyone's asking, what's next? What's next? Not, where were you? Or, be careful. I had enough of that back home. I'm out here finding myself.
Then what room is there left for me? If you have not found yourself.
Good question. Oh,
We were circling each other.
I was
yes, Allah.
position.
I was supposed to be luring him in, but the opposite was happening. I started spending less time at the theater and more nights strolling the boulevards with Louis.
The conversation was easy and flirtatious.
And combative.
And combative, yes, but only in the most stimulating ways.
Arguing is foreplay.
Some of my most profound feelings and thoughts were taking shape. When my mind was touched by Armand's, I became deeply excited and driven to form new conclusions about myself and vampiric life in the abstract. Something wrong, Daniel?
Oh no, it's the computer. Something you were saying made me think of.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's it. It just flew out of my head there. It's gone. So where's Claudia at this point? How's she doing? What's she doing at this
How could he hope to keep a secret from the vampires? Like, if they're suspicious, they'll just read his mind.
How do you do it?
That's a dangerous
That's a
thing
really dangerous statement.
to admit.
It's Louis who's from Chicago, yes?
Testing the story.
Gary, Indiana.
Stick with it, Puss. You're almost there.
Not buying a single word of it.
Yeah, of course. He's an expert at that, so he would know.
What is the line? You can't bullshit a bullshitter.
I've killed over and over, and I will do it again.
Why does that make you as evil as any vampire? Are there gradations to evil? Is evil a great perilous gulf one falls into with the first sin?
I mean, kinda. It's not as logical as you're saying, but it's dark and it's empty. And I can't see the bottom of it.
But if evil is without gradation, and it does exist, this state of evil, then only one sin is needed. That's your...
Right, it's a black or white thing.
Evil is the product of the ability of humans to make abstract what is concrete.
Jean-Paul.
Armand.
This is my friend Louis.
Bonjour. Now, will you two kindly shut up so I can hear the music?
Your argument assumes God exists.
I don't know that God exists. From what I saw in the war, he doesn't.
Then surely there are degrees and variations to goodness. The goodness of the child, which is innocence. The goodness of the nun, who lives a life of self-deprivation and service. The goodness of the saints, the goodness of the midwives. And how is this evil achieved? How does one fall from grace and become
Little whore.
Oh my God, again.
Feeling blue. Come to me. He'll never run his fingers through your hair.
Oh, this is messed up. Oh, God. Oh.
Louis?
I don't know. Maybe you're right.
There he is again.
He knows.
I'm sorry.
And we were having such a nice...
Funny that he says the same thing Armand said.
Bruce, for 30...
With, Bruce. Stop it.
How long are we going to play games, Louis?
Exactly, like, he knows Louis is lying. Like, what would...
Before you say it, let me tell you a little something about 18th century Armand.
Lestat.
Oh dear.
Finally.
I'm tired of holding on to it. Lestat was my companion in America.
And where is he now?
Still a bookbinder's wife. He knows.
You know where he is?
I want you to say it.
I killed him, and he fucking had it coming.
Well, that's debatable.
I've known for months. I've just waited for you to say it.
And that means what? Well, you gotta kill me now? What does that mean for Claudia?
Did she help you kill him?
Yes. No.
You broke one of the great laws.
I don't know any great laws. Lestat never told me shit.
I told you I love you.
Yep.
Calm down.
And you said nothing.
What the hell with you?
Whoa. He's finally breaking. Oh, no. Poor Louis.
I keep going back to that line that Lestat said. The bond between maker and fledgling is strong, and there are things about it that he can never imagine.
Yeah.
Even though I'm still the only one you trust. Kill me again. Come on. Kill me again. Show me the only way you know how to love.
Oh my God, this is horrible.
Some kid.
Three of us were a little gang for a while.
The open road, roaming America, killing at truck stops, motels.
Till one day he set himself on fire, shocked the shit out of us.
Did it with a lighter. Held up to a rag hanging out his gas tank.
Thought we'd be on that road for a long time. His last words were, "Had enough of your gloomy faces."
Good. I should tell you something.
And then I met the motherfucker, and yeah, the start was right.
Oh,
One day,
Claudia.
he said, "Had enough of your gloomy face." Drove off on a motorbike. Thought might as well go home, get Louis, head to Europe. They're gonna let me join the Covenant this week. It'd be nice if you come.
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
And the matter of problems is the buyer questioning the authenticity.
Which is near a cottage Bacon worked at during the gestating years of
Ooh.
An X-ray of the Fury on that panel.
Okay.
Likely Eric Hall, the owner of that cottage.
It's only had 3 owners. The research is basic, but on you.
We have
Uh-huh.
I'll run it past my clients.
The vampires! They're real! Going to kill us all!
What is this? He's disrupted the performance.
No. Let him speak, son.
Look who's
She's so happy. Oh no, this is awful.
He's here in support of the girl. Finish the performance.
Kill you next. Why don't you tell us who you are?
Did you read Le Monde today?
I have not.
A mutilated body found in a park 3 nights ago. Crossed skull, puncture wounds on neck, chest, and shoulder blade. Was that you?
Of course not.
Because everyone was in coffin by curfew.
Uh-oh.
And I don't see our girl here at that particular park. Do you?
Speak plainly.
You've had your time to recruit. It's not happening. He will be the ruin of us. Do what must be done.
Are you making demands?
The Coven would like to know what you intend to do with him, beyond comping him a 5th row centre-out ticket.
And do you speak for the Coven?
Oh boy.
After the ceremony, after she's committed herself to us, then I'll do what must be done. Does that satisfy?
Did in my maker for fathers.
Does that satisfy?
It does, maître. All respects.
Oh god.
Your first night over the footlights. How did it feel?
Like home.
Oh no, Claudia.
I have something for you. Sit.
I'm scared. What's that? What's that?
What is it, Major?
It's a flea circus. May it remind you of your humble beginnings. Would you have us?
Yes, Major.
Come.
The 5 laws.
That the youngest, read in the youngest.
So he really is the youngest. Interesting.
Is for members only. Shall we
I think it's by when they were turned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was turned last. Despite having all these powers.
Laws. Law 1.
I wanted to hear the law. Okay, there we go.
The Coven must have its leader, and only he might order the working of the dark trick upon a mortal.
Oh, that makes sense. So you don't have bunches of vampires.
I will.
Law 2. The dark gifts must never be given to the crippled, the maimed, or to children.
I'm gonna leave.
There's kind of a problem there.
I was thinking London. If it's too large, maybe Dublin.
You left the body in the park.
More reason I should leave.
No vampire must commit to writing the history of the vampires.
You exposed us. Should I allow the London Coven such exposure?
No vampire shall ever reveal his or her true nature to a mortal and let the mortal live.
You revealed yourself to the law firm of Roger et Albert.
They do business with vampires.
No vampire may ever destroy another vampire. Except that the Coven Master has the power of life and death over all his flock.
I will not harm you. Those were your first words to me.
My maker was a vampire named Bruce. Who's Lestat de Encore? Your first words to the Coven.
And it is his obligation to finally seek the destruction of all those who have broken these 5 laws.
Where are we going?
We're going to get lost and end up back by the river. Like all our walks.
Will you abide by this 5th and final law?
I will.
Flee no more.
Take my head off if you're gonna do it. I saw what fire does. I don't want to go out that way.
Any other requests?
Look after Claudia.
She doesn't need looking after. She won't be here very long.
What?
Why?
You made her at 14. A most turbulent chemistry. Her mind, as fierce as it is now, will not endure. It will break apart in time.
You don't know her?
I don't have to. I've seen it all before.
Oh no.
I've seen too much, Louis.
Oh, the dress. Oh no, no, no,
To
no.
leave you in the wet room, did you? You're a star, Claudia.
A new play for you and the ladies.
My baby loves windows.
I play your governess. And I play your mother.
And I play the little girl.
You'll be their little birdie for the next 50 years.
What did he call it?
Don't give up on her. Tell her she's beautiful. Tell her that every morning. You walked me home.
Did I?
That's my building over there.
Did he break you, Louis? Are you
well?
No.
Yep.
Oh no.
I don't know if I
Can we ever be free?
The paint,
Oh no.
You will. I did.
Wow.
A century or so ago. Yesterday. What is time to a vampire?
Wow.
This is what I mean by, I know that there have been comments about the racial issues and stuff that they're raising in this version, but these creatures are beyond our constructs.
Of course.
So it allows us humans as viewers to put ourselves onto them because we're trying to translate them.
Yeah.
But I think the beauty of the way this has been crafted is these actors are playing it beyond humanity. Louis is trying to hold his humanity, but I think that's the beauty of the writing and the character development in this world is that constantly who's looking in at who.
Yeah. Yep.
Are you inviting me in?
Oh.
Depends. Are you gonna kill me?
So it's unanswered. Oh my god. Oh.
Oh no, she gets a fandom.
Okay, well, at least they haven't, yet.
What is vampire life but poor decisions?
What about you and me? Me and you?
I want you.
You sure about that?
Oh my God, this was so intense. They are literally telling her the laws, and she, by existing, she breaks the second law, so...
No Pain is the name of episode 3.
That guy is terrifying, by the way.
Ironic because the whole episode is about pain.
No pain. No pain.
Yep.
We jump back in time.
That was interesting, how they lived in squalor and misery because they've been brainwashed by religion.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's obviously exciting for our literary fans.
Our ways were finished. We were embers on a waning pyre.
It also gives us an opportunity to learn a little bit more about the Coven, gets us some Lestat in there, and one of the best things is that a long time we get the Louis version of Lestat, and now we get the Armand version of Lestat. And how are they different? And you watch Sam do that stuff, and it's just exquisite.
Armand has always been my favorite character in the entire world.
By this point, we've learned that who tells the story is often more important.
He's the character I most identified with. I mean, I understood Lestat, but Armand was the one I identified with in the story.
Wow. That is so interesting. I always identified with Louis. I have to admit it.
So I'm going to be hurling.
That scene was so cool. The way he got so angry, powerless as well, but also knowing I want that power, you know.
As well, so he understands where this particular part of the story fits narratively in the next book.
What I felt was important in this scene, we have a time freeze element that happens. We're using people who are good at standing frozen, and we're using fishnets to have dresses. So it's very analog, which I like.
Yeah.
Cool. That is fascinating.
In the background, all the horses are being very well behaved. I get
that's true.
Which was really fun to do, and it's difficult to see all those beautiful velvet wolf killer coats get ripped up. It's lots of stunts, it's lots of French.
Je laisse pouvoir. Je n'ai pas assez de pouvoir.
Mais tu l'auras.
We've done a system, we call it a slack line, and a nitrogen ratchet to motivate our stunt performer toward the wall.
Wow, so for real, that is so cool the way they do it. That's why it looks so good. Wow.
The anger and the emotion increases, so the stunt becomes bigger and bigger. We go from a slide and a flick to flying against.
And I love that when you see the film, it's so much lighter. But then the color grading brings it back down.
The Talamasca is very important to the Anne Rice canon.
Files have been placed with proper encryption on your comically vulnerable laptop.
It's almost like Men in Black. There's this
kind of.
organization that oversees all of the demons, witches, vampires, all of this unexplained phenomena.
Anne Rice's imagination seems to be limitless, and she's able to create a world and then add another world onto it. So the Talamasca world is just wonderful. It's a wonderful foil to the whole vampire world.
Yep.
Louis, who we met before he was a vampire, he's almost like an undercover agent in a world in which he can't be found out.
There's much talk of your camera in the Coven. They say you're mad in love with humanity, thieving their private moments with light and shadow.
So Louis is very tentative and reluctant to join anybody.
Perhaps the two of you.
I'm not joining the Coven.
I think for the Coven, it's a rejection of them and what a vampire should be and shouldn't be. Whereas Louis is always teetering on ideas of morality and who he is and what's right and what's wrong. He can't commit in the way that they've committed to their set of rules, and that just makes him a target.
I'm out here finding myself.
Then what room is there left for me?
Yo, there's room.
Stick with it, Puss. You're almost there.
Poos, Flea. It's a horrible nickname,
Mhm.
but Claudia doesn't take any of it
in because she realizes what they're doing in calling her that, and it's flea meaning little, like bottom of the barrel.
They're gonna let me join the Covenant this week.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if you come.
As an audience, everybody roots for Claudia because she demands to be taken seriously.
Claudia is very intelligent, so I wouldn't say she completely changed herself. I'd say she molded herself to appease them, but I think she's always combating with being a second choice for people. So when she meets the Coven and all these vampires are accepting her into the Coven, she is fulfilled and she's found what she's been looking for. A group of people that put her first.
And
And
you
that
have
pride.
that moment, and you have that moment where you realize if she had been given this in the beginning,
Reinforces
Yeah.
all of the issues that she has.
of course, she doesn't realize even at 14, which in the book it's 5 or 6. You know,
Being able to make proactive decisions.
which is why they make her the little girl. You know,
Yeah.
Shall we have a walk? For all intents and purposes, Armand is going to kill Louis.
But he can't.
It was preempted that he might not, because he feels he has no choice. His 200
Right.
years with the Coven is a lot more important than this new person who's come into his life, even though this person is magnetic and making him feel all these amazing new emotions.
Yep.
Louis is in shock.
Those were your first words to me.
In that moment. And so
Yeah.
they share a bit of their past and a bit of their trauma.
Why isn't Louis?
But I think the cogs are turning
Those with the most power
for like their power dynamic.
are often
He can't do it.
He doesn't have a way out in the end. He chooses. Are you inviting me in? The choice in the end is
Depends.
to pursue love,
Are you gonna kill me?
to pursue this feeling.
Wow.
I find
Yeah.
the actor who plays Armand to be very, very alluring. He has this quality about him,
Mhm.
this quietness that I really like about the way he's playing it. You know,
Wow. Oh my God, this is so stressful. It is very cool, but oh no. And it's interesting that they're mixing in this entire other thing, like the organization, the Talamasca, like working through like Molloy to find something about the vampires. That makes it interesting too. Did they say they are looking at the other books too? I think they did, right?
yeah, that's what it sounds like, which
Okay.
I think is great because they should literally do this. And
Wow.
the thing I love is that even though it's episodic, you're getting more from the books than you would if it was a film. Do you know what I
Yes.
mean?
Of course it
Because
is.
like
Yeah.
in the first season, we got 8 or 7 hours
Mhm.
to tell that part of the story.
Yep.
Now in this one, we're getting the Vampire Lestat, that book. We're getting what's going on going forward in the story. We're getting that part of the book, but I think it's going to be broken up because the Vampire Lestat was a much bigger book than
Mhm.
Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah.
So so
Whoa.
I'm just glad it's also made me go back to reading because I really enjoyed those books.
Mhm. Yeah.
Anyways, any other thoughts?
I don't know. It's just like I am so tense when watching this for Claudia specifically because
Did you ever see the movie Whatever Happened to Baby Jane
no,
with Betty Davis and Joan Crawford?
I don't think I did. No.
It's a queer classic. It is creepy as fuck because Betty Davis and Joan Crawford play sisters that are antagonistic towards one another for 2 different reasons.
Mhm.
And in real life, they couldn't get along as actresses. So it's got this real edge to it.
Mhm.
But Betty Davis plays a woman who is in her much later years. Like, these are women who are in their golden years, their final years of their life. The sister played by Joan Crawford is paralyzed. The sister who is played by Betty Davis is her caretaker. She feeds her and all that kind of stuff. But that younger sister used to have a big time career. and she was Baby Jane. And she was this little girl in a dress much like the one they put Claudia in.
Oh, no.
And so she played this little, Shirley Temple kind of like, and but when she had to start taking care of her sister, she had to leave Hollywood. And so there's this bitterness about giving it up. And the problem is Betty Davis in her like 60s going into 70s still dresses like the little girl with the porcelain face makeup and the it is the creepiest. So when I saw them do that, and then I saw all the girls and and they were all wearing the same dress, I'm like, oh,
that is so creepy. Oh my God.
You ever want a movie to creep you out? That's the one to watch.
No. I don't think I want. Oh my God. Wow.
I mean, it's good from an aspect that you see some of the best actresses at the height of their fame and their talents. But when you watch it, it is so riveting because in real life, they were like 2 clicks away from beating the shit out of each other. So the tension in the movie is just like
real.
Yeah, it's like, oh my real. God. That shit was real.
Boy. Oh no! Wow! That is so cool. Okay.
There's a sequence where she takes her to the beach and she wants to bury her in the sand, and you're like going, "Okay, is this gonna really happen?" Hopefully, somebody will stop her.
Wow. Oh,
anyways, everybody, I took you guys on a tangent there, but that's what I got from seeing what they did to Claudia. Yeah. I immediately went there and went, oh my God, this is going to be fucking frightening.
Yeah.
So if anybody's watched that movie, or if you haven't, go check out that movie before we do next week's episode, because it'll give you a whole new scare. All right, everybody, that's it for this week. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends what we're doing here. Check out Albert's stuff at albertnoutlet.com. Mine's at sacollins.com. And all of this can be found at ropodcast.com. Check out our Patreon or buy me a coffee. It will help us keep the lights on. We have $3, $5, and $8 levels. And you get different things with each level. Buy me a coffee is just a one-time gig. If you just want to help us out and throw us a few bucks for something that you thought we did particularly well, we would greatly appreciate it. Be sure to check out our author interview series. We have been doing this for 9 years on a weekly basis. It's how we met Albert. He came on our show many moons ago, and he's been on several times. But we're trying, it's not something that we want to be really big and famous for, but what we want to do is catalog how many queer content creators and writers that are out there. So if you could spare 15, 20, 30 minutes to watch an author explain a book they wrote, what it was about, and view it on our channel, that would be a big help, because we're doing it as a labor of love and as a way of cataloging what queer content creators are making. So, somebody who's writing a book, a poem, does queer art, is a performer, and they want to talk about a project, go to ropodcast.com/booking. We are booked out 6-7 months in advance. So if you have a thing coming out and you have a tentative date, grab a date on our website at ropodcast.com/booking. And if we are too early and it hasn't come out yet, we can always talk about it as a pre-sale or something. Or if it's already happened, we can then help you give it new life in another round of discussions. So that's another option for queer content creators out there. It doesn't cost anything. It's only build the whole show around you and what you're doing. So definitely check that out. So from Albert and I, just have a wonderful, wonderful week. And we will see you again real soon.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, what's that? Closing time. The bums rush and melody, dear.